COMSATS marks the International Day of Women and Girls in Science 2026, recognizing the vital role of women and girls in advancing scientific knowledge, technological innovation, and transformative research, particularly across the Global South. As an intergovernmental organization dedicated to sustainable development through science and technology, COMSATS promotes inclusive research and innovation ecosystems across its 27 member states and its network of 25 international centers of excellence. This observance highlights the contributions of women scientists who are addressing global challenges in health, environmental resilience, and emerging scientific fields. Through capacity building, mentorship, and international cooperation, COMSATS continues to support greater participation of women in STEM and to strengthen institutional pathways for equity in science. We now have the honor of sharing a special message from the Executive Director of COMSATS, Ambassador Dr. Muhammad Naif Zakaria.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to everyone. 11th February marks the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, designated by the United Nations since 2015 under UN General Assembly Resolution 70/212 to acknowledge and appreciate women and girls' invaluable contributions to the field of science, technology, and innovation. The day is observed to promote empowerment of women and to encourage their participation in STEM fields. While this commitment at the Global Forum of the UN would be instrumental in achieving the objectives related to women empowerment, the UNESCO's statistics in the context suggest greater and more vigorous efforts to ensure that the women, constituting half the world's population, should play their role proportionately in the development in scientific fields globally. The Commission on Science and Technology for Sustainable Development in the South, COMSATS, commemorates this Day of Women Empowerment with great pride. COMSATS is an intergovernmental organization of 27 member states from Asia, Africa, Middle East, and Latin America. Scientific and technological innovations and contributions in the COMSATS network of 25 international science and technology centers of excellence have a significant role of both the genders. This year's theme, From Vision to Impact, Redefining STEM by Closing the Gender Gap, is in alignment with COMSAT's inclusive approach, women empowerment, and unconditional access. COMSAT's governing bodies, the Technical Advisory Committee, Coordinating Council, Consultative Committee, and the General Meeting ensure meaningful female representation. At COMSATS, women hold key positions within its secretariat. COMSAT's objectives include provision of technology-based solutions to enable member states tackle their domestic challenges. In the context, the COMSAT's enabling environment has encouraged women to play their due role. COMSAT's telehealth program, for instance, a flagship initiative and a success story, is run by lady physicians, and ladies are prominently the beneficiaries of our telehealth program. COMSATS University of Science and Technology across its 7 campuses showcases remarkable example of gender balance with 54.5% male students and 45.5% female students among 35,000 students. COMSATS Center for Climate and Sustainability, headed and run by women at the Secretariat, have excelled in performance, tangible outcome, and outreach. Towards the preparation of today's observance of International Day, they had a significant role to play in this regard. And I appreciate the untiring efforts of COMSATS women for their contribution and leadership role. COMSATS availed itself of the opportunity to recognize eminent women leaders in science and technology within the COMSATS fraternity and in the ambit of COMSATS international partner organization. COMSATS member states have fairly good gender balance on the whole. I'm sure representation of women and girls in science would also be significant. The list of women scientists, scientific and technological experts in COMSATS Center of Excellence and focal points is rich in terms of contributions and long in terms of recognition. I will merely take a few names among hundreds of them. Her Royal Highness Princess Sumaya binti Hassan, President of COMSATS Center of Excellence in Jordan, is one glaring example by virtue of her immense contribution to promoting STEM. Professor Ilmi Hiwa Juluj, Director General, Industrial Technology Institute, a Center of Excellence of COMSATS in Sri Lanka. Mrs. Swabato Adam, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, which is the focal point of COMSATS in the Republic of Ghana. Dr. Samina Ahmed, the chairperson of Bangladesh Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, one of COMSAT's Center of Excellence in Bangladesh. Dr. Serena Zachigna of International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, COMSAT's International Partner Organization. Dr. Malihe Safavi, Director of the Biotechnology Institute at the Iranian Research Organization for Science and Technology. IROS is one of the Centers of Excellence of COMSAT. Mrs. Yufin Lee, Senior Advisor on South-South Cooperation and Development Finance at the South Center. Professor Ulu Bukula O. Babalola is the Vice President of Africa of the World Academy of Sciences, TUAS, UNESCO. Ms. Leslie Hufang, Research Scientist, International Center for Environmental and Nuclear Sciences, Jamaica, a Center of Excellence of COMSATS. Dr. Itmar Awad Al Hassan, Director General, Industrial and Consultancy Center in Sudan, a distinguished Center of Excellence of COMSATS. Professor Bolanle Ojoko, Member of COMSAT's Technical Advisory Committee. Professor Dr. Hasina Khan, again a member of COMSAT's Technical Advisory Committee. Her Excellency Mrs. Zahra Zamrud Saljoub, Director General Statistics, Economic and Social Research and Training Center for Islamic Countries, CESRIC, an international partner of COMSATS. Professor Dr. Hina Siddiqui, Senior Professor, HEJ Research Institute of Chemistry, International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, which is the Center of Excellence of COMSATS in Pakistan. Professor Sadia Manzoor, Professor of Physics at COMSATS University. Professor Dr. Sana Sabahat, Tenured Associate Professor, Head of Chemistry Department, COMSATS University, which is a Center of Excellence in Pakistan.
Professor Wajdan Abul Haja, TAC member of COMSAT, President, Princess Sumaya University of Science and Technology, and advisor on academic affairs to Her Royal Highness Princess Sumaya bint Hassan, who is President of the Royal Scientific Society of Jordan, which is the Center of Excellence of COMSATS.
COMSAT remains committed to fostering gender equality in science and technology. COMSAT recognizes the indispensable role of women in achieving the set out goals. COMSAT is on a journey to exploring new frontiers of science and technology. The aim and objectives it aspires to attain cannot be possible without women walking and working side by side the men.
Dr. Samina Ahmed is a distinguished biomaterials scientist and currently serves as chairman of the Bangladesh Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, BCSIR, a COMSAT Center of Excellence in Bangladesh. Her career spans research leadership, institutional development, and science-driven innovation, with significant contributions to strengthening Bangladesh's scientific infrastructure and promoting research for socio-economic advancement. She earned her PhD in chemistry from the University of Warwick, UK, in 2001, specializing in electrochemical approaches to semiconductor photocatalysis. Her postdoctoral research at the University of the Western Cape, in collaboration with the University of Texas at Austin, expanded her expertise in catalysis, electrochemistry, and advanced materials. Her work has supported sustainable industrial practices and reinforced the role of materials science in national development. Dr. Ahmed has served internationally as a visiting scientist at CSIRO, Australia, and since 2022 has mentored postgraduate researchers as an external supervisor at RMIT University, Melbourne. Prior to leading BCSIR, she held senior leadership roles across major research institutes in Bangladesh, guiding programs in materials science, ceramics, biomedical research, and analytical services. She has authored over 160 publications, holds 13 intellectual properties, and has supervised 25 postgraduate students. Her career reflects the transformative impact of women leaders in science and innovation. Dr. Maliha Safavi is a distinguished Iranian biotechnologist and research leader, exemplifying the growing impact of women in advanced scientific fields. She serves as director of the Biotechnology Department at IRIST, a COMSAT Center of Excellence, and has held key roles including deputy director and manager of the reference laboratory, shaping research strategy and strengthening institutional capacity. Her scientific expertise spans anti-cancer drug discovery, marine biotechnology with microalgae-derived bioactive compounds, nanomedicine, drug delivery systems, and natural product pharmacology, contributing directly to global health and sustainable biotechnology. She has led or co-led over 65 research projects funded by prestigious international programs, including TWAS and UNESCO, and maintains an extensive record of publications in high-impact journals and book chapters. Recognized among the world's top 2% scientists in 2023 and 2024, her work highlights the global contributions of women in science. Beyond research, Dr. Safavi mentors PhD and master's students and teaches advanced courses in bioprocessing, molecular biology, metabolic engineering, and cancer biology. She also led the executive management of the 24th International Congress of Microbiology in 2023, demonstrating leadership in international scientific collaboration. Her career exemplifies how women in science advance research, guide institutions, and shape the future of biotechnology worldwide.
Ayubowan from Sri Lanka. My name is Professor Ilmi Hewajulike. I am a senior scientist specialized in post-harvest management, food technology, and food safety management. I have served as a leading scientist in many R&D projects and currently provide the leadership for a diverse group of scientists, engineers, technologists, and administrative staff as the Director General or Chief Executive Officer of the Industrial Technology Institute, ITI, a leading R&D institution in Sri Lanka which serves as the Center of Excellence for COMSATS in Sri Lanka. I am really happy to convey my message on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, which is celebrated by the COMSATS Secretariat under the 2026 theme, From Vision to Impact, Redefining STEM by Closing the Gender Gap. As a female leader and a leading scientist in Sri Lanka, I strongly believe that women leaders can increase the productivity of STEM education, enhance the collaborations nationally and internationally, inspire the organizations with dedication and commitment, and promote impartiality and justice equally as men. Therefore, it is important to ensure that women and girls learn the right skills with the right attitude to change the world. Thank you.
Dr. Itmad Awad El Hassan serves as Director General of the Industrial Research and Consultancy Center, IRCC, a center of excellence of COMSATS in Sudan, that connects scientific research with industrial applications and national development priorities. Her career exemplifies how women scientists can drive innovation, build capacity, and translate academic knowledge into practical solutions that benefit society and industry. Dr. El Hassan earned her PhD in Chemistry of Natural Products. Her research focuses on the chemistry and phytochemistry of medicinal and aromatic plants, including isolation of bioactive secondary metabolites and characterization of essential oils. Her work has direct relevance to health, industry, and rural economies, reflecting a commitment to science that serves communities. Among her significant research contributions are the evaluation of antitubercular and anti-diabetic activities of local plants, the development of essential oils for industrial inputs, and the creation of value-added products from indigenous herbs. Her influence extends regionally and internationally through participation in conferences, training workshops, and collaborative projects across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Dr. El Hassan's career demonstrates how women in science can combine rigorous research, mentorship, and industrial innovation to generate tangible societal benefits, making her an inspiring figure for emerging women scientists worldwide. Ms. Leslie Hu Feng is a research scientist at International Center for Environmental and Nuclear Sciences, ICENS, a COMSAT center of excellence in Jamaica, and a leading example of women driving scientific innovation and leadership. She holds a bachelor degree in pure and applied chemistry from the University of the West Indies and an MSc in sustainable development from the University of London. With over 25 years of experience, her research has contributed significantly to food safety and security, food authenticity and fraud detection, and environmental heavy metals. She has authored numerous peer-reviewed publications, technical reports, and conference presentations, and serves as a reviewer for international journals. Ms. Hu Feng has played key roles on national and international committees, including chairing Jamaica's National Food Standards Committee for over a decade and leading the National Mirror Committee for ISO TC 34 on food products. She has also contributed to AOAC International's food authenticity and fraud initiatives. Her leadership extends to environmental and public health policy. She serves on national science and waste management committees and has represented Jamaica under the Minamata Convention on Mercury. Through education boards and professional societies, she continues to mentor future scientists, exemplifying women's leadership in science, policy, and sustainable development. Professor Dr. Hina Siddiqui is a senior professor at the International Center for Chemical and Biological Sciences, ICCBS, a COMSATS center of excellence in Pakistan. Her work in organic synthesis and medicinal chemistry highlights the vital contributions of women scientists to global research and innovation. She joined ICCBS as a postdoctoral fellow. Rising steadily through the academic ranks, she became assistant professor in 2012, associate professor in 2019, and is now a full professor, reflecting sustained excellence in research, teaching, and mentorship. Her research focuses on the development of anti-infectious agents, including antibacterial, antiviral, and antiparasitic compounds, as well as inhibitors of clinically important enzymes. She has authored over 63 international publications, holds a U.S. patent and several local patents, contributed book chapters, and published her doctoral thesis as a book. She has also secured multiple national and international research grants, reflecting her impact on scientific advancement. Professor Siddiqui has also served as a visiting scholar in the USA and Germany and has supervised Ph.D., M.Phil, and international researchers. As an educator and mentor, her career exemplifies the transformative role of women in advancing science and inspiring future generations in STEM.
I am Sadia Manzoor, Professor of Physics at COMSATS University, Islamabad. I work in condensed matter physics, in particular magnetic nanomaterials and their applications. In my message on the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, I do not wish to recount my publications or other academic and administrative achievements. I would rather talk about the amazing opportunity I've had to guide and shape young lives, particularly those of young women. I recall countless students who've had to sacrifice their dreams and aspirations on the altar of marriage or shouldering the financial responsibilities of the family. Our society not only clips the feathers, but at times also breaks the wings of these birds who could otherwise fly so high. According to Parveen Shakir, तायरे जां के गुजरने से बड़ा सा नेहा है, शौक़ परवाज़ का टूटे हुए पर में रहना, which roughly translates into, a tragedy far greater than the passing of the bird of life is the passion for flight remaining trapped within a broken wing. I have taken great pleasure and pride in mentoring my students and helping them heal and regrow their feathers, and then watch with pride and wonder how high they've flown. To quote just one example, last year one of my students won the highest award at the Master's or Diploma program at the Abdus Salam International Center for Theoretical Physics in Trieste, Italy. This is a very challenging and highly competitive master's program in theoretical physics taught by world-class scientists. She not only topped her class, but her entire batch. She was also one desperate to fly, but tied down by circumstances and constraints. I am immensely proud of her. At the last convocation of the CUI, one of my students refused to take her gold medal from the rector. She wanted me to give it to her. That for me was far more gratifying than any Tamgha or Sitara Imtiaz. I dedicate this day to all my brave and brilliant female students who rose above their constraints and followed their dreams. I'm certain they will hold themselves to the highest academic and ethical standards I have instilled in them. For my students, dream on, fly high, and pass on the baton.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Sanna Sabaha, tenured Associate Professor and Head Department of Chemistry at COMSATS University, Islamabad campus. I did my PhD from Qaid-e-Azam University in 2011, and my research area includes nanotechnology, renewable energy materials, and biomedical applications of material science. I joined COMSATS University at Department of Physics in 2011, where I contributed in research and teaching. In 2018, I became a part of Department of Chemistry, and since 2021, I am working as Head Department of Chemistry. Administratively, I established undergraduate program in chemistry in 2023 and have been involved in curriculum design and development both at undergraduate and graduate level. Our focus to equip our courses with latest technology like artificial intelligence and machine learning. I work closely in different specialized committees who work for the development of education and science. I have been selected as mentor under the Science Talent Forming Program of Pakistan Science Foundation. Academically, I have strong research collaboration with foreign universities like London South Bank University, UK, State Key Laboratory of Electroanalytical Chemistry, China, and University of Clermont-Ferrand, France. I have guided more than 30 plus BS and more than 50 plus MS and PhD scholars. I have published my research data in reputed impact factor journal. I have chaired international conference and National Symposium on General Chemistry, a platform from academia to industry. I closely work with different local Pakistani industries to equip our students with industrial problems and solutions. I have been the reviewer of many international journals. Finally, I strongly believe that women always play a very positive and vital role in the development of science and technology. So we should congratulate and acknowledge their contribution towards science and technology. Thank you very much.
Ms. Suwibatu Adam is the Chief Director of Ghana's Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and a distinguished leader in public administration, governance, and international policy. With over 25 years of public service, she has held senior managerial roles across key institutions, including the Council of State, the Ministries of Trade and Industry and Lands and Natural Resources, and the offices of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice. At MEST, she has shaped national strategies in science, technology, and environmental governance. She previously chaired the governing board of the Nuclear Power Institute and serves on the boards of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, and the Environmental Protection Authority, influencing research and sustainability agendas nationwide. Ms. Adam chairs the steering committee of the West Africa Coastal Area Project, RESIP2, and leads the Science Granting Council initiative. She also helped launch the biannual Environment, Science and Technology Forum to strengthen institutional collaboration. Internationally, she has represented Ghana at UN climate negotiations and global forums on climate finance and sustainable development. A strong advocate for women's leadership in STEM, she holds legal qualifications in natural resources law and professional governance credentials as an affiliate member of the Chartered Governance Institute UK and Ireland. Her career exemplifies how women in leadership positions can drive institutional excellence. Professor Wejdan Abu El-Hija is an eminent leader in electrical engineering and a transformative figure in science, technology, and higher education in Jordan. She currently serves as HRH's advisor for academic affairs at the Royal Scientific Society, RSS, and as president of Princess Sumaya University for Technology, PSUT. Her visionary leadership spans multiple institutions, including Al Zaytuna University of Jordan, and in 2011, she became Jordan's first female dean of engineering at SUT's King Abdullah II School of Engineering. Dr. Abu El-Hija earned her PhD in electrical engineering from Queen's University Belfast, UK, and has since advanced research in electrical systems, applied engineering design, and academic quality assurance. Her outstanding contributions have been recognized with numerous awards, including the IEEE Clementina Sadowa Award, Hisham Adib Hijawi Applied Science Award, and induction into the U.S. State Department's Women in Science Hall of Fame. A Fellow of the British Higher Education Academy and Senior IEEE member, she serves on international committees including COMSATS Technical Advisory Committee, Inter-Academy Partnership and Association of Academies and Societies of Science in Asia, and contributes to global engineering standards as an accreditation board for engineering and technology evaluator. As editor-in-chief of the Jordanian Journal of Computers and Information Technology and a member of the International Women's Forum, Jordan chapter, her research, thought leadership, and advocacy continue to advance STEM education and empower women in science globally.
Hi everyone. Today we are here not just to celebrate the International Day for Women and Girls in Science, but it is to move the vision into impact. It is to close the gender gap in science. Closing the gender gap is about fairness, fine, but it is more about better science, because we all know the more diverse a team is, the more creative it is, the more well-equipped it is to solve the problems affecting the world. I'm a biologist. Take it from me that STEM biology doesn't dictate the STEM is masculine. It is this gender biasness is more to do with socialized stereotypes, with a lack of belonging and cultural perceptions which label these fields as male domains. Girls out there, don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, of your creativity. Be fearless in your curiosity. Break all the barriers in your path. We envision a world where every girl sees themselves in a research lab, in an engineering site, in a coding boot camp. We need your ideas, your talent, your passion. And if we can tap on the energy and your talent, we will be able to close the gap, and we see a future where we will be able to do that. Girls, keep going.
I am Professor Bolanle Ojoko. Today, as we mark the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, I want to say that women's leadership in STEM should not be seen as an aspiration alone, but as a necessity. Even though there are women who have consistently demonstrated excellence in STEM, the leadership space in STEM remains uneven. It is important to bridge the gap in order to make science more inclusive, innovation more grounded, and solutions more sustainable. Female leaders must mentor intentionally. They must advocate boldly and design pathways that enable girls and young women not only to enter STEM but to lead within it. Let's encourage not just representation, let's build leadership, pipelines, and partnership for institutional and systemic change in order to advance our society and the world at large as women. Thank you.
Today, as we commemorate the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, we celebrate not only scientific achievement, but also the transformative power of opportunity and progress. This year's theme about STEM reminds us that science, technology, and innovation are among the most powerful drivers of sustainable and equitable development. When women and girls are empowered to participate fully in these fields, societies thrive, economies grow more resiliently, and innovation becomes more meaningful and responsive to the needs of all. Across OIC member countries, more than 1 billion women and girls represent a remarkable source of talent and leadership. Many are young, ambitious, and eager to contribute to shaping a better future. Supporting their participation in STEM is therefore not only a matter of equality, but it is a strategic investment in our collective prosperity in the future. At CESRIC, we firmly believe that advancing women's education, skills, and leadership in science is essential for unlocking the full potential of our societies. Through our research, statistics, and capacity building programs, we are committed to supporting evidence-based policies and fostering cooperation and expand opportunities for women and girls across the Islamic world. Encouragingly, we continue to witness inspiring women scientists, innovators, and leaders who are breaking barriers, advancing knowledge, and motivating future generations. Their achievements demonstrate that when determination meets opportunity, the impact extends far beyond classrooms. It shapes communities and transforms lives. To every girl and woman watching today, your curiosity is powerful, your ideas are valuable, and your voice belongs in science. So, dare to explore, dare to question, and dare to lead. The future of STEM needs your creativity, your courage, and your unique perspective. Let us therefore move decisively from vision to impact by investing in education, by strengthening pathways, and building ecosystems where talent can flourish without barriers. Together we can redefine STEM and ensure that science truly serves humanity. Happy International Day of Women and Girls in Science.
Innovation is often described as technology or ideas, but in reality, it's about people who's empowered to imagine solutions, who's trusted to lead change, and whose perspectives shape the future. On the International Day of Women and Girls in Science, we are reminded that closing the gender gap in STEM is essential to turning vision into real innovation and measurable impact. At ISESCO, innovation is at the core of our work. We see every day that when women are fully engaged in scientific and innovation ecosystems, as researchers, innovators, and decision makers, solutions become more inclusive and more sustainable and more closely aligned with societal needs, particularly in developing and emerging contexts. From my experience working directly in innovation, I have seen how women's leadership accelerates problem solving, strengthens collaboration, and transforms ideas into action when the right support systems are in place. Empowering women in STEM is not about access to education, but about creating environments where innovation can thrive without barriers. At ISESCO, we believe that investing in women and girls in science is an investment in better innovation, stronger societies, and a more resilient future. Thank you to COMSATS for amplifying women's leadership in STEM and for helping move innovation from vision to impact. Closing the gender gap in STEM is not optional. It's essential to building innovative, inclusive, and sustainable societies.
I am Professor Dubukola Oluranti Babalola, the Vice President of the World Academy of Sciences, Africa region. On this International Day of Women and Girls in Science, I speak on behalf of TWAS to celebrate the remarkable women who are advancing knowledge and solving global challenges. Across the world, too many talented girls and women still face barriers to education, research opportunities, funding, and leadership. Closing the gender gap in science is not the responsibility of women alone. It is a shared responsibility. When women thrive in science, the entire world benefits through better research, stronger economies, healthier communities, and more sustainable development. So today, I call on everyone, policymakers, educators, researchers, industry, to join us in building a scientific enterprise where talents, not gender, determines opportunity. Together, we can close the gender gap. Together, we can empower the next generation of women and girls in science.
I'm Yuefeng Li, Senior Advisor on South-South Cooperation and Development Finance from the South Center. First of all, I would like to thank the COMSATS for observing the International Day of Women and Girls in Sciences by recognizing eminent women leaders. I'm humbled and honored to be nominated by the South Center and recognized by the COMSATS as a women leader in sciences. My work leverages STEM to promote economic development in the Global South. The theme for this year's International Day is From Vision to Impact, Redefining STEM by Closing the Gender Gap. I think closing the gender gap in STEM is not just a social justice issue. It is a strategic economic imperative that can reshape innovation labor markets and turns STEM from narrow technical fields into engines of inclusive and sustainable economic development. Let's strive to become more impactful in addressing global challenges and promoting peace and sustainable development. Thank you.
When I was at the high school, I actually wanted to be a journalist, and I started collaborating with a local newspaper, and this is how I met and interviewed Professor Falaschi, who was the founding director of the ICGB, where I currently work. And I remain fascinated by the potential of genetic engineering to cure human diseases. And this is why I studied medicine. I believe researchers have the responsibility to turn their discoveries into concrete actions and products. And this means we have to transmit our knowledge, but also our passion for science to younger generations and try to bring our research results into the market or the clinics. The biggest challenge for women now is get to leadership positions. I think there are tools to support researchers in their early stages of their career, for example, to combine their career with having kids or a family, but it is still very difficult to become the director of a lab or a department. And I also wish to mention that women often choose to dedicate more time to kids and family rather than competing aggressively to advance their career. So I think this is often a conscious choice, and the society shouldn't consider this necessarily a failure. I would like to share 3 messages that I learned from my mentors. The first one is be curious. Ask yourself many questions rather than searching for answers. The second one is be ambitious. Think big. Set ambitious goals much higher than what you expect to achieve, because lowering the bar is always possible, but raising it becomes more and more difficult as time goes by. And the third one is be persistent. Stay focused on your goal, don't give up in front of difficulties, and keep going.